Welcome to Dr. Horror Tales. Today we will be sharing some spine-chilling stories of real-life airplane crashes that will make your skin crawl. So fasten your seatbelts and get ready for a bumpy ride. Sarah and Lily had been planning their dream vacation to Ibiza for months. They had been best friends since high school and were excited to finally have some time to relax and party in one of the most popular destinations in the world. As they arrived at their villa, they were greeted with stunning views of the Mediterranean Sea and couldn't wait to start their adventure. They quickly settled in, unpacked their bags, and headed out to explore the island. Their first night in Ibiza was everything they had hoped for. They danced the night away at one of the best clubs on the island, drank exotic cocktails, and made new friends. The next day, they decided to rent a scooter to explore some of the less crowded areas of Ibiza. As they rode through the winding roads, Sarah suddenly spotted a small abandoned building on the side of the road. It looked like it had been abandoned for years and was covered in vines and weeds. Sarah suggested that they explore the building, but Lily was hesitant, sensing something off about it. Sarah insisted that they should at least take a quick peek, and Lily eventually agreed. As they stepped inside, the air grew colder and the atmosphere became eerily silent. The walls were covered in graffiti and old posters, and the floors were littered with debris. But then they heard a faint whisper, as if someone was trying to communicate with them. Sarah and Lily looked around, but there was no one there. Suddenly, the door slammed shut behind them, and they were plunged into total darkness. The girls screamed in terror, and Sarah desperately tried to find a way out, but the door seemed to be stuck. As they stood there, they heard strange noises, as if someone or something was moving around in the darkness. They felt cold breath on their necks, and Lily was convinced that they were not alone. They tried calling for help, but there was no answer. Finally, after what felt like hours, the door creaked open, and the girls stumbled out into the sunlight, shaken and terrified. They quickly hopped on their scooter and raced back to the safety of their villa, vowing never to explore abandoned buildings again. But little did they know, the horrors they had experienced were just the beginning of a much larger nightmare. As the days went on, Sarah and Lily couldn't shake off the feeling of being followed. They thought they saw strange figures lurking in the shadows, but when they looked again, there was no one there. One night, they decided to attend a party at a nearby club. It was packed with people, and the music was loud and pulsating. As they danced, they felt something brush past them, and when they turned around, they saw a man staring at them with a sinister grin on his face. They tried to ignore him and danced further away, but the man seemed to follow them everywhere they went. They tried to lose him by going outside, but he was still there, watching them from a distance. Feeling uneasy, they decided to leave the club and head back to their villa. But as they walked down the dark streets, they realized that they were being followed by the man from the club. He seemed to be getting closer and closer, and they could hear his heavy breathing behind them. Suddenly, the man lunged at them, and Sarah and Lily ran as fast as they could. They didn't stop until they reached their villa and locked the door behind them. Shaken and terrified, they called the police, but when they arrived, the man was nowhere to be found. The police told them that they had received similar reports from other tourists on the island, and that they were investigating the matter. For the rest of their vacation, Sarah and Lily couldn't relax. They felt like they were constantly being watched and followed, and they were afraid to leave the safety of their villa. When it was finally time to leave Ibiza, they were relieved to be going home, but they knew that they would never forget the horrors they had experienced on their dream vacation. As they boarded the plane, Sarah and Lily were grateful to be leaving Ibiza behind. They both felt a sense of relief as the plane lifted off the ground, taking them further away from the nightmare they had just experienced. But their relief was short-lived. As the plane flew over the Mediterranean Sea, they heard a loud explosion, followed by the sound of shattering glass. The plane started to shake violently, and passengers screamed in terror. Sarah and Lily held onto each other, praying for a miracle. But it was too late. The plane crashed into the sea, killing everyone on board. The investigation into the cause of the crash was inconclusive, but some speculated that it might have been caused by a bomb planted by the same man who had been following Sarah and Lily. Others believed it was just a tragic accident. Whatever the cause, the horror of what had happened in Ibiza followed Sarah and Lily to the end of their lives. They never forgot the feeling of being stalked and hunted, and the memory of their dream vacation turned nightmare haunted them for years to come. Thanks for watching these terrifying airplane crash horror stories. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Dr. Horror Tales for more spine-chilling tales. And don't forget to hit that notification bell to be notified when we upload our next video.